All right, back on the Valheim train. So the goal here is I have to properly stock up and equip myself such that I don't die when I go roaming. And I have to look at the map and see where I'm going to roaming. Most of the time so far, I've basically just gone north because my initial continent is huge. So I think I'm going to go south and check out some other stuff. I don't want to expose too much of the map because I want to use the same game. I'm not going to play a third new map when Ashlands comes out. Stop it. See, I've mostly gone this way, and the Mistland was up here. So I think what I'll do is I'll take the equipment from my boat because I destroyed my boat and I have the equipment for it. I think I'll take my boat down to my portal down here, and then I will maybe I'll go to here or one of these places, and then I'll start exploring around here and try to find some Mistlands. The only stuff I know about Ashlands is just following the game's Twitter, and they're like, here's some concept art for like what the building materials are going to look like, or here's what the concept art looks like for like some of the armor sets. It's kind of like a magma dark, kind of like magma warrior type look to it. That's all. It's far away still. All right, so I got the stuff for a portal. I need the stuff for, okay, what do I need for the boat? Iron nails, deer hide, fine wood, ancient bark. Where's all that shit? How many deer hides? 10 deer hides. Where's that? There we go. Ancient bark. The most random thing ever. Ancient bark is basically just used for boats and spears. What was the last thing? Fine wood. 40 of it. Yikes. Okay. Now I'm carrying too much. Okay, so I'll go get my belt. And I'll give you a tour in a second. I found this like beautiful spot in this game where like two in the meadows down a hill where like two little creeks met. And then I was like, I want to build a thing that goes all the way through this. So here's the tour. Hey buddies, do you got little wolf babies yet? Yeah, you do? Yeah, you do. We got a wolf cub. So I brought a 1-star wolf all the way back, and then I brought a normal wolf into here because it was so annoying to tame the 1-star wolf. And then so I put the 2 wolves in here and I started feeding them. And then I get into like some heavy fucking shit where I'm killing wolf cubs that aren't 1-star. So I killed the original mother. I killed one of the original 2 wolves and one of the babies, and then had the 1-star wolf start breeding with its own child immediately. That's dark, man. That's really dark. Yeah, I planted these 4 oak trees, and they're like taking over. Like these leaves are ridiculous. Look at this. It's like in the fucking castle. The other ones are fine. Look how thick this thing is. Absolute tanker. But this one, maybe if I cut it off, if I cut this one down and replant it, it might not be the one that like reaches into my castle, but it's kind of cool. It gives it kind of like a verdant green busy look. So animal paddocks, here's the wolvies, here's the locks. I killed a lot of locks, as you see. I did a big cull lately. I guess I had too much inventory. These guys are mourning. Tanky and Spanky are mourning the deaths of all their children, I think. Let's not get too boggled down in details. So this is the prototype of a statue that you sail your boat through. That's gonna have a bonfire up top. It's like a stick figure statue at this point. It'll eventually be something cooler. It has Yagluth, the plains boss, as his head. Here's the original way it started. There's this beautiful creek going through. This creek runs all the way through the base. It kind of hollowed it itself. The creek naturally, before, went to here-ish, where you can see the lily pads and everything. It came to here. So then I had the idea to run it all the way through. So I dug it through as much as I possibly could. Yeah, I planted an extractor and a root, and then I got 3 full Yeah. Oh no, I've been caught in the act. Yeah, I'm a vicious breeder over here. So the river goes through. The river runs through it like a Clint Eastwood movie. Robert Redford, Clint Eastwood. I forget who. The river runs through it. Here's my boss trophies, and then goes all the way through here. This area I'm just leaving wild for now. It'll be something more later. Here's my garden. Here's my workstation. All these things are going to get updated once I have all the new stuff. Like all the Darkwood stuff I have now. I'll redo this entire area. I need to make it so it's covered as well. There's a boar in here? Get out of my fucking onions, you boar. Ugh. I used console commands to plant the berries. I don't even really use them. At this point, I have like 100 blueberries and 100 raspberries. But it just looks good. So you like use dev commands. You go to Steam and then you do -console for a launch option. Then you dev commands, then you plant them, and you plant them in a row, and they like pop out and they float in the air at chest height. And then after like a tense 20 seconds, they just drop into the ground. So I just like the way they look, especially the blueberries. So I dropped them in. That's the one time I've used dev commands. And then out here is the other creek. Both these creeks are natural. And then I dug them into the river. This is where I tamed the wolf. Then up there is all the beautiful meadows, etc. So that's what we got going on here. Look at this guy. He wants some of me. Yeah, so I got Zemi, I got 3 full things of 10 sap from a root. And then I broke it apart and I put the extractor in a new root. And I could probably go collect that now if I wanted. So my goal now is to put away this locksmeat. Look at my food supplies. That goes there, that goes there. The meat goes over here. That's my food supplies. I made a bunch yesterday, right? Not a lot, but not bad. So I'm going to take all the food I have. Boom, boom, boom. And a salad. And I'll leave 2 of these here. And 1 of the meat platters. So how many foods is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll leave the salad there too. So I have 3 foods here. This way I'm not at risk of getting murdered on the open sea. And then I am going to... Okay, so the Mistlands was here. By my logic, they do sort of radiance. They do radians of difficulty. So if you look at this island, a lot of black forest, a lot of swamps, and then getting to plains up here, and then this is all plains and mountains, and this is all plains, mountains, and Mistlands. So this implies sort of a difficulty gradient around how far away you are. Like I would suspect that there's more Mistlands around here. Here, swamp, etc. Swamp, black forest, plains. So by this logic, there's probably Mistlands along this area. If I go this way, it'll take me longer to sail, but it's a little ridiculous that I haven't seen any of this stuff south of my own continent. So what I'm going to do is I either take one of these 2 portals. I think I have a portal here and one here. And then I sail down and loop around. Or I just sail here. Or I just teleport here and look around there. So this is a bit of a boring day. Basically, I'm just sailing. Let's get some filler food. Blueberries, carrots, cloudberries. And let's take our boat. I just have 1 salad, and then I have 4 different kinds of food. So I'm trying to have enough food that like if I get into trouble, I can eat, while just keeping some stuff for later. I also am pretty low on onions. I should do my gardening now. I need more cloudberries. I might have already done my gardening. I don't think I have my pitchfork with me. I think I'm just collecting berries right now. Do I have it with me? I don't. Okay, I'm gonna go pick up my hoe and do another set of barley. Flax, I don't see a need. Yeah, no, I need more of everything constantly. It's actually the little stuff. It's the Jotun puffs, the little yellow mushroom things from the Mistlands. I'm short on those, so I'm gonna have to plant a farm in the Mistlands somewhere. That's actually the short form, because that is in basically every one of the good Mistlands foods. So that's like your limiting factor, honestly. This thing you can get after Moder, and all it has are crossbow bolts. Like, what happened here? What is the deal with this thing? So weird. What a strange thing that you just like can't use anything with this. I know I'm sure it'll get better soon, but I think that took Dragon's Tears from killing the boss of the mountains, and then it's nothing. I think you make some new food after you found some stuff in Misty Caves. What the fuck's a Misty Cave? Good girl. Is there like a different kind of cave that I haven't seen yet? This is where I originally trained my 2 locks. I pulled them over from over there and stuck them in here. It was absolute struggle. It was an endless struggle. So once I did the caves, if you mean the Forgotten Crypts I did, you get the Royal Jelly. And the Royal Jelly allows you to make more food, which is pretty good for magic use. It's the weirdest thing, man. Every single time I collect stuff from this farm, I think about the game RimWorld, and it makes me want to play it. Every single time. It's like a Pavlovian response in my head. The Mistlands Cage, yeah. So I got the... You can make the Seeker... You can make the Seeker Aspic. I think Aspic is like gelatin. And the Royal Jelly stuff. So there's some other food that helps you with your mana. So there's actually a lot of... Like, if you look at the mana foods, the one that give you Ether... Some of them were like the magic mushroom one. It was like 28 health, 28 stamina, and 75 mana. That's sketchy, man. You're so squishy if you do that. Hey, stay away from my barley. You're so squishy. I know it's ranged from like watching streams when Mistlands came out, but that is like a big yikes moment for a guy like me who's like not smart at the game. I'm not smart at this game. I'm not like prudent with my resources. Okay, let's watch this guy get a little more tame. Yeah, RimWorld reminds me of this game a lot, and I'm kind of wondering whether... I've played RimWorld for like hundreds of hours without ever finishing a campaign. But it's kind of similar to this. Like, I don't know if I want to play RimWorld right after this. But I do want to eventually get like a full game out of RimWorld. There's my potions there. I love RimWorld. It's such a vibe. I love picking your characters. The survival base elements. Like constantly having something to do, and like it's so immersive. I love having a new person join up who's got like the sickest stats. Me and my friend used to like get extremely high and take like an hour and a half to finally make the perfect 3 people to start. Like I'd be obsessed with it. I like starting the game more than I like playing it, honestly. Okay, is this guy taming over there? This guy's taking forever to tame. And then I gotta take him by boat back. RimWorld I also have to buy the expansions for. Normally I just like playing the vanilla game. Like there's like the royalty one, there's like all sorts of like big expansions on it, but I kind of like the base game, I don't know. Yeah, that would be good. I would play a multiplayer version of RimWorld for sure. It'd be hard though, like you have to kind of like synchronize. I heard there's one for City Skylines too. Alright, come on buddy. Keep taming. This guy's been up here for a long time. You have to be like in the same vicinity of an animal for it to tame. Like for example, I have a 1-star boar in some random ass base up in the north, which I tamed, but I never spent any time there at all, so his tameness is like 1%. You have to be basically within like shouting distance of something for it to even like, for the game to even consider it a thing. Yeah. I would love that. I love building buildings. I love incredibly I love getting incredibly detailed. You know, like the work screen where you rank everything between 1 and 4 for how important it is and do everything left or right? I am obsessed with that stream. Oh yeah, I didn't change it from League. Right. Thank you, dude. I knew there was something I missed. So the wrong category. All right. Thank you for that. I've never heard of Tropico 6. No. Horsemeat, who told me that there's a multiplayer mod for City Skylines. I'd be all about that. I don't even know if I can wait for City Skylines 2. I think I might want to play the game myself soon. Just like the first one. But my one beef with City Skyline is like, I don't like games like that or The Sims with like a million mods that it feels like if you're missing out if you don't spend all the money on all the mods. I don't like that. I like getting like a pirated version of The Sims with all the mods. And then play it once every like 4 years obsessively for 2 weeks, then stop playing it forever. That's how you're supposed to play The Sims. Maybe City Skylines 2, I would get a RIP version. There used to be like, when I first got this computer, no, when I had my last computer, like 2017 or something like that, there was some website, it was like a Russian site that would have all these like cracked versions of games. And you download them all. So all the games I like originally played when I bought my previous computer, which was like a 970, like I had like a 970 or 980 or something. It was a while ago. That, like Metal Gear Solid 5, back in like that era, Dishonored. That's when you get like so many. That's when you get so many games that are like just the full version, all DLC. That's the way to play them. That's the way you do it. Alright, do I have everything I need? Do I have a workbench here? Yes, obviously. Alright, so I think I'll wait till morning at this point. It's dark and rainy. What do I think? Do I want to do this now? Let's take a look at the map. Okay, so if my original ringstone is here, I suspect that I'm keeping this one because this is my favorite death. This is me 10 days in trying to do a run of this whole island. I had no idea how big it was. I didn't ever think it would be this big. And then like running away from some goblins or whatever, I don't know, some greylings or whatever. I like thought my little newbie self could make it from here to here without drowning. And I drowned here. And it was a good time. I'll always remember this one death. I miss PUBG. PUBG was like, when it first came out and there was no other games like it, PUBG was the greatest. It's so hard though. I had a friend buy me Dead by Daylight too. I had a friend buy me Dead by Daylight. And I got motion sickness playing the killer. So I stopped playing. It's a pretty cool idea though. I like the progression system. Alright. I'm gonna sleep till tomorrow. I'm not picking up more resin. I can't have more resin in my life. I'm sick of it. I'm done. Okay, so maybe I go to the motor portal and go pick up my extractor. A little low on food, but whatever, it's fine. No, I've never gotten motion sickness playing anything ever, except for the time I played the killer in Dead by Daylight the first time. Never in anything ever. Fun game though. Oh, I know a troll when I see it. The troll's fighting the fueling? Who wins that? Ooh. I want to see this brawl. Ooh. Oh, yeah, the troll's gonna win this for sure. Unless the fueling keeps running. Yeah. I love that part of this game. That's the thing, man. Like, you fight a lot of creatures in this game. You fight a lot of creatures in this game at various times, but like in a 1v1, the troll with stick essentially wins everything. Of like the aggressive creatures, like I think troll with stick might beat an abomination. I'm not sure. Troll with stick I think would lose to a Lox. Lox are tanky. But any of the creatures that you hate. Oh shit, he's coming for me, huh? Alright, well fuck you, man. See, here's the game where you can't go up a beach. Oh shit, on the... Oh shit, on my Wisplight. Alright, whatever. Here's me making a mistake. There, I can see it. It's a beacon. I hear fueling. What's that? Seeker meat? What's that? Oh, give me that. Yeah. 10 sap. Ooh, it's scary out here. I think that like the bad seed of most communities are the people who like aren't necessarily in it because the Lox took out the troll, I think. Look at that. Unfucking bothered. I think that most games, the bad seed in most games are the people who are like playing it in replacement of like an actual life. You know what I mean? Like if you play a game as a hobby, like in your off time, you're going to be pretty chill about it. But if like you're doing that instead of like a meaningful, balanced life, that's when you get into like, what's wrong with you, man? Why aren't you better? Like you lose perspective. That's what I think the bad seed generally is. A game like League will have a lot of bad seeds generally because of that reason. A lot of people who are like doing that essentially as a job that they're not getting paid for. So they're the ones who are mad. They lose perspective. Oh. Like classic kind of Redditor, you know? Spending too much time doing something as opposed to like activities that make you feel better. So any game where you can like play a little short game that's like half an hour, like DBD or LOL or something, will have the bad parts of it for sure. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I bet. I don't know. I've seen my fair share of videos for sure. But I would rather probably some community like the Rust community than the League one. The League one to me is like the only thing that matters is like how good you're doing, you know what I mean? Like there's no like actual like debate or there's nothing you can say to anybody. They're just like XD 500 games this rank. Like it's just like there's nothing you can ever say to someone. You have to learn that you can just never, there's no point in ever like engaging. I bet someone in Rust is calling you like a horrible name and like destroying your base and like being a psychopath. But I kind of rather that than like the passive aggressive kind of like numbers performance only based way that people talk about each other in LOL. I hate that. It's so like dispiriting. You can't say anything to anybody. There's no point. You're just like that gif of like two dogs barking at each other on like either side of the fence who don't do anything once the fire's once the fence is open, they don't do anything. The classic. That's what it is. There's like no purpose to doing it. That's how it feels at least. I don't know. PUBG was really fun. I have friends who are like lifelong FPS players who still say there's things in PUBG that are like better than games that are more polished and more popular now. Because most of the like people will generally rather play like a game with a little like fantasy elements. Generally speaking, people would rather play like Apex or something. Fortnite took over, things like that. But like PUBG's like very realistic gunplay, like shooting an AK, shooting a Car 98. That shit is really fun. Some of the DMRs, and then also like a top 5, top 10 situation in PUBG is so scary. I have friends who play like constant FPS games with their friends. Who's like, my heart's never pounding more than it is in like a PUBG top 5. I feel it, man. That shit is exciting. So exciting. I had a lot of fun with that game. Eventually, I feel like it was giving me hearing loss, and I was like, never gonna get better. That's not true. Not never get better, but I was like, I'm not gonna like. Some of these guys have been playing like mouse and keyboard games since they were like 12. You know what I mean? Do you understand how fast those guys are at shooting? It's a whole world. It's cool. Okay, still have the motor buff. I didn't forget to take it off. Okay, sailing off into the horizon. An underrated... Oh, I already have 4 foods. Oops. I have my chickens on me. An underrated part of this game is getting to a location, destroying your boat, and then taking your boat components back with you home to not have to do the double portal. I should do that right now, actually. Yeah. A Car 98 shot from like more than 50 meters in that game is like one of the greatest feelings. There's nothing like that, man. The sound of it. Oh. The crack. I really don't like the... I don't like hot dropping. I like a medium drop, like a lukewarm. Like a place that has lots of loot with like a couple other teams. But like with the dropping like school or something, that's really shitty. Just running around like no ammo, just trying to kill. I don't know, I just don't like that feel. It is like one of the best ways to teach yourself how to play the game properly, from what I understand. But it's just stressful, and then you feel like you wasted 5 minutes if you like get popped by someone because you have a fucking crossbow in your room, and they have like an AK. AK is like the king of guns for when you don't have any accessories. It's just insane right off the bat. Crates are fun in that game. Vehicle battles are funny. I used to love watching Choco Taco on Twitch while I was working. It's like working from home, like on my laptop, like answering emails, all that bullshit. And like having like Choco Taco on this TV. Because 2v2s are, I think, the best. Because you can walk around looting with your buddy and like chatting with your buddy. And then once in a while, like a little engagement starts. And people start throwing smokes and flashes. And you kind of set up your positions. And it's like this like 3-minute duel. So it's kind of like this nice episodic nature of chilling, looting, and then I watch. So I don't have to watch with all my attention the whole time. But it's like every 5 minutes, there's like a 2-minute battle. That's a great pace. Okay, so this looks like... swamp, right? What does that look like to you? I don't know why I'm going so slowly. I didn't notice. And who do you usually give your Twitch Prime to? I find I rotate every month. I'm like, which person this past month gave me the most entertainment? And then I'll award them with my free subscription. That costs me no money. This month it's like the Summoning Insight channel, like Thorin and Monty. Month before that, it was I should have given it to Cadril though, because Cadril had all that MSI coverage. So I was like, I watched a lot of that. I give it to like Eris a lot, Avoiding the Puddle. I love that guy. I've given it to Co Carnage once or twice. Yeah, I just decide like I'm a king. Yeah, you deserve my $3. Here you go. You're welcome. Okay, so I gotta choose a direction to go here. Yeah. Yes, here you go. It was cool watching that Resident Arc thing yesterday. It's like it's an 11-hour stream, so it's obviously taking me a while to watch it. But yeah, it's cool to see all like it's cool to see all the little guys with like channels where they only play old RPGs and have like cool little like pixel art animations when they get like a follower or something, or like a raid comes in. I love that shit, man. People who know everything about Final Fantasy IX because they've played it like 7 times. There's a lot of people with like crazy games rooms and like a million copies of their games, etc. I have a lot of that stuff, but a lot of it's in storage. I don't really think like that much, like I need to have everything in my room to like feel like I need to like it's meaningful. I don't really care about stuff like that. It's really cool to have a nice game room, set up all the lights and everything, but it doesn't feel like it's something I need to do. Yeah. I think it also depends on what the viewers want to. There's some people, I think largely teenagers, who want to like watch the biggest channel and be part of like the super chat. And don't get me wrong, that shit's hilarious. An insane busy chat is so funny. And some people like want a personal connection. Some people want the most entertaining person. Some people want a personal connection to like actually get answers. Some people want to be part of like the traffic. There's so many different ways that people look at it, I think. So what's that look like? Does that look like plains? The kind of rolling hills? So should I loop this continent? Or should I go across? I don't know. I think like 1 to 3,000 is like my ideal range, I suppose. I just like individual people. Like, I originally only, like back in the day I got into Twitch only watching League streamers because I was learning about League like 10 years ago. And then I started watching Shroud, so I started watching PUBG and other shooters. Then I started watching Choco Taco because PUBG was so fun to watch. Then I started getting to like, recently, I don't know, man. It's like, I like watching Avoiding the Puddle a lot, but I'd rather watch his YouTube compilations than an actual stream. I'm like, kind of more the play rather than watch type guy. I get impatient if I'm watching other people do stuff. It just makes me want to do stuff myself. I don't even know who I like watching. I watch LEC, like the European League of Legends. I'll stop by. I stop by like a bunch of stuff for like 5 or 10 minutes, but not like a regular chatter. Those things just make me want to play games more than I want to watch other people do it most of the time. Like even like a YouTube video that's like a retrospective or a review, I can't watch it if I haven't played the game. I want to sometimes. Someone like Zygor Gaming or something like that, who's like, ooh, Star Ocean 2, that sounds awesome. I've always wanted to play Star Ocean 2. If it's like an RPG, I won't want it to get spoiled, so I won't watch it. But if it's someone like Sinestrunk, who's like, should you play this like hilarious SNES RPG? Yeah, I'll watch this hilarious SNES arcade game. Yeah, I'll watch that. But an RPG, I don't want to get spoiled. Like the Resident Arc guys, I won't watch the episodes of like that for games I haven't played or haven't finished. Like Nier Automata, I've played but haven't finished. I can't watch like something about that. But like watching some sort of long retrospective of a game I really love, that's like my YouTube fucking comfy space. 30-minute retrospective on Breath of Fire 1. Yes. How good was Final Fantasy VI? Yes, give me that. Last summer, I was like stuck in Toronto, like living in like an apartment for 2 months because I was like wanted to catch up with my friends and be close to my girlfriend, etc. And so like every night I would chill on the couch and I would watch the SNES Drunk videos like in a chain. That guy's got like 800 videos. I just put the SNES Drunk playlist on non-stop. And then I was playing Shining Force 1 and Shining Force 2 on my phone on like RetroArch. I was having a great time. I played Breath of Fire 1, Breath of Fire 2. No, I played Breath of Fire 2, Shining Force 1, Shining Force 2, and Shining Force CD. All in the summer. Something so much fun. And then I tried playing Shining Force 3, which is only on Saturn, on an emulator on my Android phone. Just murdering it. The sound was terrible. The game would freeze all the time. But I really want to play Shining Force 3. So I might play it on RetroArch on my PC soon. But then I'm like, do I go through Shining Force 1 and 2 first again? Like on stream before playing Shining Force 3? I just played them last year. I don't know if I can do it. But I really want to try that game. Shining Force 3 is apparently amazing. It's a 3-parter. There's 3 chapters, all of which are like medium-length RPGs. But the battles have like the main characters like overlap and the story overlaps. But it was on Saturn and it never got translated to English. But there's like an English translation project which you can download online. But I was playing it. I was having a good time with it. Shining Force is so good on Genesis. That's like one of the most fun tactical games ever. It's just so cozy, man. I think what I'll play next is like an old school RPG. Maybe Shining Force 3. I haven't played Earthbound in a couple years. Secret of Mana, or Secret of Mana 2 is also like pretty fun. I think I'll probably do 3, yeah. I love tactical games. So there's Triangle Strategy to play. I'm curious about that one. You can always play Final Fantasy Tactics again. Apparently there's a remake coming out, so I might wait for that. Later on this year is Suikoden 1 and 2 being remastered. I'm not a big remake guy, but I own Suikoden 1 and 2, but I've never finished Suikoden 2. I'd really like to do that. Maybe the game, the Kickstarter game by the original creators they're making, Eiyuden Chronicles. Wouldn't mind playing that. I want to play FF7 remake before the number 2 comes out. This is a lot. Baldur's Gate 3. Starfield. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 in August, before Baldur's Gate 3 comes out. I was at my friend's house, and he rented, I was really young, like single digit, and my friend Curtis had rented Final Fantasy 3 on the SNES, and I watched him play Final Fantasy 3 for the first like 10 minutes, and then the credit sequence is Terra in the Magitech armor with her 2 captors. And the music starts playing, and the credit sequence is those 3 of them walking from behind in a cinematic, walking toward Narsh. And it was like one of those moments of clarity of like, I absolutely have to play this game. I had played a couple other games before that on SNES. Like I had a Genesis at that point. But like, that was like, this is insane. I absolutely have to play this. I played Breath of Fire 1 for a bit before that. And then like, yeah, so the second half of SNES into PlayStation 1 era. Defining point for sure. Final Fantasy 7. I used to play Secret of Mana before school with my friends when we were like grade 4. And then yeah, SNES and PlayStation 1. My friends had N64, so I played GoldenEye and shit, but I didn't own the system. I would have loved playing like Ocarina of Time back in the day. I played it like later, or like played a bit at my friend's house, but mostly it was like Mario 64, GoldenEye. I would rent an N64 sometimes. Those are the days. It's also important to have like friends who play those games too. Like friends who I like shared playing like Secret of Mana and Shining Force with. Breath of Fire 3. I have a good friend of mine to this day who used to like chill for the whole weekend. Put 2 TVs down there, one person on the SNES, one person on the PlayStation 1. That was so sick, man. Breath of Fire 1 and Xenogears going on 2 different computers, on 2 different TVs. Actually living the dream. Your mom feeding you like waffles. Cool Ranch Doritos. Pretty good. Xenogears is like the game that like I remember so fondly that I almost can't play it to some degree. Like I remember that period, like that game is so good and the soundtrack is so good that it's actually like this like ball of feeling trapped like in my heart and stomach at all times that I'm like, I don't know if I want to open that ball up. Like I'm kind of happy with that being in there. Like I'm gonna like cry when I play that game. You gotta do it once in a while to remind yourself how good it is. Yeah, I played the original like I haven't played any of the recent Fire Emblems, but like I played like the DS one, and then I played the original SNES one a little bit. The early ones are too simple. New Fire Emblem games, like Four Houses or whatever it's called, those games are sick, but a little too like I don't know. Not my favorite tactics games ever, but they are really good. Seem to be going south currently. I need to find myself a Mistlands. I need to be kind of like, what's the word? I need to be kind of like meticulous about this. There's a lot of stuff that you get in the swamp, like the Guck and the Ooze, which had very limited usage. I do think once this game gets into like, I don't know, 1.0 or something, I do think I do think the game needs to be filled out a little bit. I do think like there could be more usages for more items. It's kind of like some things you need a ton of and some things you're like, yeah, I guess I could use an Ooze Bomb. And as I say every single time, the planes need to be fleshed out. The Hilder's quest that's coming out will help a little bit. But the planes are like, there's no way it's like properly filled with stuff to do. The planes were like a disappointment. No instances. Impossible to find the Vegvasir that tells you where the boss is. Huge open areas with nothing in them. There's entire plains with like 2 villages and then like a couple of those like little fucking stone houses. Trash. There's nothing to do except clear those villages. Death skeetos everywhere. The worst. It's just really weirdly designed. It's really weirdly filled out. It's like unfilled. The Mistlands is way cooler. The biggest pain in the ass of the Mistlands is hopping and climbing over rocks and crevices. And the other problem with the Mistlands is, in my opinion, if you look at this flat, normal area, pretty densely full of stuff. But everything else here, as long as it's mostly small islands like this, there's jack shit on any of these things. You might get like 1 set of mage cap mushrooms and then like 1 tree to cut down. But all of this, like the rocky outposts and like rocky outcroppings are like completely bereft of content for most of this stuff. Where this is like full and busy and good. So like half of it is like kind of wasted. Okay, so I'm going to go over there a little bit just to mark it on the map. As like what don't, yeah. A unique capital or a city where it's like a dungeon, right? That'd be so sick. I was pretty excited the first time I saw one of those like towers that's full of fuelings, but there's nothing in it. There's like a chest in it. There's a new tower coming, the new boss. Those would be cool. But yeah, the plains is like, could use some work for sure. I know. I didn't actually sail into the Mistlands. I sailed around the outside of it when I was still doing plains, marked on the map, and then I basically just like ran through the mountains to get there. There's like a black forest meadow kind of like bunch of other stuff there. I'm not sure what would make the plains really good. Some sort of city or like more towers. An instance for sure is what it needs. It's just too sparse. It's cool though. There's some cool parts of it. But Deathsquitos are like... they've just cost me so much time. Like, they're the worst thing in the game for like recovering your corpse. If you're like me and you take too much time running naked and like underfed to your corpse, which you can do up until mountains or plains, then the wolves and the Deathsquitos like fuck you up. Speaking of, I gotta keep away from the coast here so I don't get assassinated. Got the little flying fuckos. But when you're flying, when you're sailing past the prairies plains before getting to them, you see the huge tall stone pillars. You see the bonfires. You're like, wow, that's gonna be so epic. And then you get there and you're like, okay, well, what am I doing here? Running around looking for totems, picking up cloudberries and like kiting locks and shooting with arrows. It's like so underwhelming. A cool thing with the Mistlands is the little harbor, though. There's a little harbor in the northwest of it where you can park your boat. And the one I found, that was pretty cool. Yeah. The tar thing does... The tar thing does add more stuff, which is good. It also, like, really complicates things if you're in a fight already. Like, when I fought the boss, a bunch of tar boys just came up and started mixing it up with me as well. And, like, this is the worst thing ever. Because they shoot so accurately. This is not plains, by the way. I don't know why I'm still saying plains. Look at that moon. Unreal. I was very excited when I saw the tar thing. It's cool whenever you pick up something in this game that like unlocks like 10 new recipes. That feels so good. First time you pick up iron, you get like 6 pages of new things to build. You're like, oh yeah. Okay, so we circled this continent. We're still too close to the center to realistically get a Mistlands. So next, we'll loop this way, check out some more. The tar fights are crazy. Those things shoot really often. I kind of want to satisfy my curiosity of if you take the boat toward the root of the beautiful tree, is there in fact a Mistlands there? So I amend that to that is my newest goal, is to find out whether they did it so that this game will make Yggdrasil be at the base of this. What is at the base of the tree? That's my newest thing to find out. Oh my god, they shoot so often. Sometimes they jump in midair and go doo, 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 fucking strafe you with a triple homing blast as they leap toward you. It's insane. You don't like that noise? Is that the noise you want to hear? Sorry. No? Not for you? Got it. Roger that, Katie. I'm in the dark right now. I mean, I think it is. It's supposed to be Yggdrasil, right? That's like the classic tree of the Europeans. Okay, this is how I died last time. is that I'm in this insane mist where I can't see where I'm going, and I ran aground in the coast and got murdered by a Desquito. So I gotta... Can't see shit. At least I haven't seen very many Krakens. Okay, am I gonna run aground? Can't have shit in Valheim. What's the angle that lets me see straight ahead the best? Ironically, it's not directly behind. Look at the fog of war. Like, you get so little purchase. Okay. Well, I mean, I know I'm not going to go to the plains. This is back to where I'm supposed to go. The serpents? Sorry, I called them krakens. I know they're not krakens are like squid, right? Giant squid. I'm also glad there's no aquatic enemies in the Mistlands. Or anywhere. They left that with the swamp, and I'm fine with that. Yeah. The time where the serpents are the most dangerous is the first time I played the game with two of my friends. And we're like taking rafts across like bodies of water to get to like swamp biomes. Then you see a serpent, you're like, oh my god, is it gonna see us? Oh, he found me, oh no. You die at sea. Horrible. Horrible. That was 2021 or 2020. Like, I think at that point, your corpse might even have sunk and was irretrievable. I could be wrong about that, but it felt like that was possibly going on. But, like, I think they probably, I don't know, they're going to add some sort of new sea creature at some point, right? Because you can basically gap them with either of the two bigger boats. I kind of feel like that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether this boat is faster than the Carve. The Carve feels faster, but it might just be that it's more nimble. With the Carve, I feel like I'm flying in. That's quite a mod you have there. Dun, 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 dun. What's that? There it is. This little fucker. Beep beep. We're speeding now. One of the most stressful things I ever did in this game was about a week ago. When I used the saddle to load 2 locks onto this boat, and then took the boat from here down to my base. It took me 2 hours. First off, the lock spotted a deer swimming in the river, jumped off the boat and killed the deer. It took me like 30 minutes to round them back up. Then I got a wolf hunt in the middle of the plains. There's wolves flying at me from all directions while I was trying to wrangle the 2 locks. And then so I got the locks. We finally killed everything. We killed one of the other locks that was trying to harass us. Okay, which way am I going? I'm going the wrong way. And then we got the locks back on the ships. And then there's one more wolf just like out in the water. And so they jumped off to get him. 2 different times we spotted a serpent in the middle of the ocean. The locks spotted that person and then jumped off the boat and killed the serpent. So I got 2 full serpents worth of meat, which is nice. So it was like about a 2-hour experience to finally get them back to the base. But God, it felt good when I got them there. That's tanky and spanky. I grow and butcher all of their progeny, but those 2 will live forever. If I have a choice in the matter. Okay, I've been here before. I remember this, guys. This is the fueling on the rock. This is the lighthouse. That's Willem Dafoe. That's Robert Pattinson. So they're technically a pet, but they're untamable. I am fucking absolutely jetting right now in the open water. This is great. Have you ever seen that movie, The Lighthouse? It's one of the most insane. It's one of the most insane movies of the past 10 years. Absolutely bananas. Absolutely out of this world how weird that movie is. The longer you watch it, the crazier it gets. Right to the last frame. I loved it. I really like that director. He did The Witch. He did Lighthouse. He did The Northman. He might have done a fourth one that I don't recall. I don't recall it. His name is Robert Eggers, I think. He's really good. The Northman was probably the weakest of the three. I think The Witch is actually the best. The Witch is the one with Anya Taylor-Joy. A young Anya Taylor-Joy. It is a tight movie. It is like really, really, really like perfectly structured. No fat on it. It's a great movie. I've been reading a collection of H.P. Lovecraft stories recently. And something that the Witch shares with the H.P. Lovecraft stories is this appreciation for how like weird and occult and creepy like New England was pre-civilization. Like the whole Vermont, Connecticut, that whole area was like a wild, untamed area when it was just like pioneers and everything. Okay, what's over there? I should dip over there just to mark off a new continent. You should see the lighthouse and the witch if you can. They're like the witch. Oh my cat! Oh, my hamstring! I curled my leg in too much. I did legs this morning. Ooh, that was a near heavy cramp. Oh, there we go. Today was a big leg day. I've had a lot of progress with like improving my leg workouts lately. In terms of like learning just how far you can push it. I did, my warm-up set was 2 sets of seated leg curls and then leg extensions, a set of 8 to 12 and a set of 15 to 20. And then 2 sets of adductors, the ones where you pull your legs together, 10 to 15 and 15 to 20. And then the 2 big dogs, which is hack squats, followed by Bulgarian split squats, 2 sets each. 6 to 9 and 12 to 15 for the hack squats. And then 2 sets of 8 to 12 of split squats. After that, you kind of like, those are the two, that's your heavy lifting. Then you finish with 1 set seated leg curls, 1 set of hip thrusts, and 2 sets of calf raises. And you're just perfect after that. You use all the energy you have in your entire body. You're so relaxed. I'm kind of like a nervous person, generally speaking, but I'm never more chill than after I just finish a leg workout. I have no extra energy. This boat is really fun right now. Speaking of that, I should eat again soon. It's 2:25. I need to stop to get some sausages and crackers and goat cheese. Big glass of milk. You gotta keep your eating together. That looks like a little tiny bit of mountain there. Does that look white? Maybe it's just plains. I don't know. What's that? Okay, this is the mountain I've been to. Got it. Okay, so my goals here are to see some more stuff, but mostly to go toward the Yggdrasil. So I think I'm going the right direction. I think it's that way. So tell me about natto kanase. I've been hearing a lot about its benefits, but I have no experience eating it. It's like a kind of like fermented soy product, right? Fermented soybean thing? And are your eggs soft or hard boiled? It's like one of those things, like, I think is like exceptional for your stomach, generally speaking. And it's like sources of vitamins that's generally kind of hard to get. That's the impression I get of natto from my, like, health bro Twitter. To the root of the fermented soybeans with dashi and mustard help the flavor. I like their gut and heart benefits. All right, you know what you're talking about. So does all natto come with dashi and mustard in it, or is that like a personal choice of brand? I think there's a lot of vitamin K2 in it, which is hard to get outside of like some leafy greens and eggs. But I could be wrong about which one is in natto. But yeah, you want heart benefits more than anything. Oh, there's a wet, rain-soaked birdie coming to the bird feeder. Oh, baby. You good? Good girl? Yeah, you are. This Amazon cat tree, the brand is called Fay Andrea, was a huge hit. My friend said he also had it, and it was the best seller on Amazon. Each brand comes with their own flavoring. My favorite comes with dashi and mustard. I used to drink coffee a lot, and eating natto calms me down. I still drink coffee a fair amount. Another thing you can try, which some people say is excellent for like generally helping yourself rest before bed, but also offsetting the anxiety of coffee, is L-theanine. L-theanine is in L-theanine is found in green tea, I believe. And L-theanine is... people megadose it to help with anxiety, or they have it when they have coffee to calm down the jitters and keep the mental focus. I have some in my, like... I have some before bed. I make like kind of like a shake or a smoothie. Recently, it's... basically, like, I make kefir, Greek yogurt, frozen fruit, and then I put protein powder into it, a little bit of honey, and then for supplements, I do theanine, inositol, and magnesium glycinate, and actually taurine as well. And it's really, really helped me become, like, a better sleeper, generally speaking. But apparently theanine is really, really, really useful. The fuck? What did I just take damage from? That was frightening. Probably just fall damage, I guess, from it going up and down. How much cut did I get there? 20? Nice, alright. Apparently, yeah. A lot of people megadose theanine if they're... I'm repeating myself, but apparently people megadose theanine if they have real anxiety problems, or they have it regularly with coffee to take off the jitters. I'm not sure. I read it described pretty well, like on Twitter one time, of being like, the three main caffeine drinks are tea, coffee, and yerba mate, and they all have different benefits and downsides. Coffee is like the hard stuff. Tea is more calming, but less of a buzz, and yerba mate doesn't taste good, but in some ways actually has like the cleanest buzz. It's all just personal preference. Okay, do I want to go north or south here? I'm gonna go south here because... oh, never mind. The wind is this way, so I'll go this way. Yerba mate is like often like in cans and cold. Tea is nice, but coffee is like that real buzz, but sometimes that can be too much. Some people think a matcha latte is like the perfect combination of like the nice texture and taste that's pretty close to coffee without like the kind of rough buzz and the feeling like it affects your stomach. Some people say the coffee things only start to harm you if your stomach biome is like not proper. And you can always fix your digestion and fix most things if you like really, really work to fix your digestion. The more I learned about nutrition and supplementing, the more I realized you should just try to get basically essentially everything from food that you can. And not fuck around with all the different things. I think you should take like, ideally speaking, you eat a perfect diet with a broad variety of vitamins and minerals in it. And then you supplement magnesium, random rare herbs that provide benefits that food doesn't. And probably take creatine as well. But some people say you can get enough creatine from seafood and shellfish. It seems like servings of like salmon and shellfish, etc., have a roughly similar amount of creatine as like the 5-gram scoop that most people supplement. Yeah, I know what you mean. Energy drinks feel worse. Sometimes it's like the thing for you because like it's pretty fun for the first hour. But yeah, it's like a lot of sugar and stuff. When I was like in college, a friend of mine lived nearby, and he would always host for pre-drinks before we go out, and we would make like he had a goblet that was the size of like a salad bowl, and we'd fill it with like clear liquors and Red Bull and some sort of fruit juice, usually orange or something like that, and just like a bunch of sliced lemon and lime, and we'd pass that around, and everyone would drink from it. It sounds kind of unhygienic, but it was a beautiful way to get everyone hyped up for the bar. Sardines are good. I learned the least amount of toxins compared to most fish because they live a short life. That's an interesting reason why, because of the short life. Also, I think it's because they're cold water fish, and cold water fish generally seems to have the best concentration of the right kinds of oils, the most DHA, etc. That's interesting. I love sardines. I'm getting into the habit of eating them for lunch pretty often. Some people have like a weird visceral response to them. How do you eat them? Do you have them like with a salad or something? I have a really good sardine recipe. I'm going to link it in the chat. I can describe it to you, but you're going to need a New York Times subscription to read this unless they give you a chance to read one free article. This recipe from, look up sardine toast, Melissa Clark, New York Times. This recipe is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I have this for lunch all the time. It takes like 5 minutes to make. And some people also say that like the Spanish style... does that look like mist over there? Some people say the Spanish style is basically like cut a baguette in half. And then some sort of bread or like ciabatta or something, and then just like mackerel or sardines from a can and then you drizzle with tomato sauce and just eat it that way. Some people say that's really good too. Mackerel is really, really good. It tastes really good, I think. Either whole mackerel on like the charcoal, or even like tinned mackerel, I think is very good. Makes great sushi. I have that recipe like memorized too. If they don't let you click that link, I can just like tell you how to make it. It's so good. It's like an upscale tuna sandwich, basically, in some ways. That sounds weird because it's sardines instead of tuna, but if you taste it, you'll know what I mean. And what do you mean by tomato sauce in this circumstance? Yeah. I have a New York Times cooking subscription. It's like $50 a year. It's worth it. Especially because that woman, Melissa Clark, is like the world's best food writer, I think. There's something about her, like every one of her recipes, like totally, like 90% of her recipes vibe with like the way I like to eat. It's really cool. Really, really cool. I used to get a subscription to the entire site, but I don't know. I don't think it's smart to spend too much time reading like world news. It's not worth it. It's like bad for your mental health. But that recipe is like absolutely amazing. Half a baguette, toast till it's lightly golden brown. Cut a small garlic clove in half. Rub the garlic clove. I gotta eat something. It's kind of stressed me out a little bit. Rub the garlic clove aggressively across it. Cover with a thin strip of butter. Then put the sardines, two thin slices of onion rings of onion, slices of tomato, and then olive oil, lemon juice, salt, pepper, and torn herbs like basil if you have them. That open-faced sandwich it's insane how good it is. Some people might not like the raw onion flavor. Some people, I personally don't like raw onions, especially raw red onions, because of the way the taste like lingers in your mouth. Look at the size of that mountain. Holy shit. This is Black Forest, but there's no Black Forest anywhere near here. Excuse me. Look at that mountain. That is huge. There's another big one up there too. Right. Like, would you get like a can of strained tomatoes in that circumstance? Or would it just say tomato sauce? Like, is there anything added to it? Or is it just like blitzed tomatoes? This is cool, going right toward the Yggdrasil route. Heading due east. Is the map a globe? Like, if I go all the way here, will I eventually find myself here? Do you mean like would that be tomato sauce with any additives in it, or would it just be like basically like a glass bottle or a can of strained tomatoes? I really like buying cans of whole tomatoes and then blending them. That's like the perfect texture. It's funny how the camera works in this game. Like, it looks far away here. You move to here, it looks really close. Like, the way the focus works is strange. What is that? What is that? That looks like Mistlands. I found one. Just at the base. Great. So good. Okay, I finally found one. Oh, this is so great. All I had to do is follow my nose. Let me get close enough that it registers. There you go. Okay. This is so far. Oh my god. So I could set a portal off here. You can use the whole tomatoes and blending them as long as they're seasoned with salt and pepper. Yeah, then you cook with onions. Do you do that, or do you usually buy something? Ooh. Okay, so am I going to keep going toward the route? I can't even see it currently. I guess because I'm in the Mistlands. So there's some stuff up here. I could even try to find that harbor if there is one. Oh, I'm so glad I found another one. What's that sound? Okay, so I found another Mistland. There's a sword there. This looks huge. So I didn't make a portal at home, So even if I drop off a portal here, I'm going to have to still take the ship back. Little bunny there. Yeah. It is good. Everyone likes tomato sauce. Okay, it's time for me to find a strategic point to drop off a... Okay, slow down a little bit here. It's time to find a strategic point to drop off the portal. Is it just a rock? Yeah, it's just hitting rocks, right? Okay, I'm gonna take a break in a minute too, as soon as I drop off a portal. And then I gotta get myself some food too. Hope you enjoy your lunch. Okay. So we've taken a pretty good survey. There's more mistlands over there too. Is there really 2 here? Is this whole area like this? This is wild. This is all the useless mistlands. All the little dinky islands. This is really interesting. It might actually be 2. That's a big gap. Like, this looks like 2 mistlands. Like, that looks like 1 too. This is so exciting. Okay, you like soft-boiled eggs? Good. The best. All the good yolks. Oh, shit. Can I distance myself from this guy? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so I need to hopefully escape the Seeker. He's still stuck in the water. Okay, I'm trying to keep an eye out for one of those harbors. Okay, I gotta watch out for this. This might be, oh, this might be ship. This might be coastline, yes. Ooh. Oh god. It hurts. How's my boat doing? So pretty good. Can't see shit. There we go. Whew. That was dodgy. Okay. So it looks like there's a whole fucking party of mistlands around here. Is the Seeker still following me? No. What is that? Oh, there's the harbor. Nice. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go into here. I'm going to leave my portal. If they let me, I'm going to drop my portal off near here. Because that should be protected. I have to get some wood to make a workbench. Oh, these harbors are so cool. Dock. Alright. Alright, pull her in. This is a great time to stop. Okay. Oh, please let me up there. Okay, never mind. Okay, if I get up here... Oops. Okay, I will want to explore the second one as well. Oh, yes. Hey, fellas. Anybody here? I have been the one causing the ruckus, yes. That is me. This guy is going to be the one to protect my stuff. And I gotta go find some rocks. I gotta find some trees. Hey, buddy. Okay. So I don't have the wisp. That's the problem. The problem is I need to make a workbench and I don't have wood. So the problem was I forgot to bring wood. And I don't have the wisp light with me. But I can't just make this, right? Just to be clear, I need a workbench. Okay. So I'm gonna eat. I cannot have something happen right now. So I have to eat a healthy meal. And I gotta find some wood. Can't see shit. Literally nothing. I don't remember it being this bad. I can't believe I forgot to bring a wisp light. Oh shit, I hear something. A tick. That means Gyal is nearby. Ooh, this is bad. I can't see anything. Okay, one's down. What is this? I'm in the water. It's so stressful, oh my god. Okay, here. This is dodgy as fuck, man. I can't believe I didn't bring a wisp light. That was a big mistake. Okay. Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't bring one. I'm against a rock. What's that sound? What is that? Another tick? Somebody's fighting over there. 676 damage? That means somebody's fighting a Gyal. He's not fighting me, is he? Okay, no. He's pissed off at somebody else. I think I hear the Gyal. Okay, I'm a little fucked here. Did you kill it? Is there any angle where I can see where I'm going? That's back the way it came, right? Oh my god. Yeah, we should get past the stage of eating octopi, I think. They're too smart. A friend of mine showed me a dish he got when he was in Korea. That was like a whole... Oh, I see wood. That was like a whole platter of like live roasted seafood, including like an octopus walking around on the plate. It's like fucking barbaric. So rough. Okay, so there is a tree here. I can't believe I forgot a wisp light. We should get past the stage of eating those poor guys. I want to go this way. I don't know if I'm going to find a tree here in this kind of vision. So they would talk and you teach them English? Is that what you mean? Oops. The problem with this is that I unequivocally cannot risk fighting. Why can't I get over this? There you go. Okay, here's a petrified bone. I'm so scared. This is how I die. I saw a tree there for a second. There. So here's some. Okay. 2 wood. That water? Okay, so it's a very tiny island. Got it. I can't believe I forgot my wisp. Maybe daytime will be easier to see? Kind of barbaric to see her eat it. Oh, did the cat like it? Okay, I feel like it's getting brighter. Am I crazy? I hear something. Tick. Oh, tick on me. Okay, this is exercise and futility. How much wood did I get? 2? That cat's doing great. Only eating fish? Live fish? She's doing great. Okay, so I can't find any more wood on this tiny little island. So how am I gonna get a workbench? This is the wrong way. I could go over to this island here. You can see it. I got a lot of health. I guess I gotta risk it. Okay, there we go. Really clear there a little bit. 2 rabbies? 2 bunnies? Nice. I got the shot off with 1 stamina left. Okay. Okay. Let's get some wood. See a tree over there. As long as I don't get into any fights, we're good. Here we go. Three. It's a rabbit. Scared me there for a second. There's a lot of wood around here. Okay. What's the problem here? Height? Okay, do I get enough wood now? 8. Oh, I'm so close. Where'd that tree stump go? Fall in the water? Yeah. Where'd it go? Rolled out to sea a little bit? Okay. I gotta push it back in. What's that over here? Feathers? Okay, maybe I can get it from over here. Where'd it go? So tense. What is too hard? I don't get it. There we go. Alright, we're set. Do we recoup our stamina? That sounds like a pretty good day, honestly. Are you using like an axe to chop wood? Are you that intense? Birdie? So that's plains over there, huh? Interesting. I wonder just what kind of mistlands I'm looking at here. Excuse me. Okay. Now we make the big swim over here to the petrified wood. There's a tree up top there, but I never would have seen that. I never would have sawed that. Is that a bunny? It's a bunny. Nice. Okay. Where's the dock? Okay, I'm a little low in stamina here. So I gotta follow the coast. The only thing I'm worried about is whether they're gonna have an issue with me having my my portal in there. Is there any chance of that happening? Okay, so it's over there. Okay, what's gonna happen if I do this? Do they care? Is the ward? That noise makes you seem like it's the ward. Right? It would be really, really cool if you could do this. But I understand why you can't. What about in here? Any chance of this working? Yeah, I'm trying to put a portal down. But this ward is probably not going to have much about that. Okay. Yeah, that noise I think kind of confirms it. So I will do it over here a little bit. Can I do it in this island at all? Okay, so next part over. Can't see shit. Okay. Mist lands. M. Mistlands portal. Alright. So hopefully that does not get destroyed or anything. And I can just leave that there. And then we go on our we continue our boating journey. If you did a path in the forest, I would consider that hiking. I'm happy. Ugh. Drowning in the water. How's my boat doing? Pretty good. Okay, so there's Mistlands here. There is also Mistlands on this side here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this path across here to find out the extent of this Mistlands and then return to my home. But I'm going to first take a break and get myself some snack food because I need to eat something. So I'll be back quite soon.